built it from the nothing into something real. 3 years of the grinding, of the hustle and the zeal, of somebody whose vision clear enough to sacrifice the comfortable for the rough. Road of the building and the watching of the dream take shape, and the love of the creation of the enterprise until the day the numbers tell the lies of the unsustainable and the capable. Accountants sit up cross on the loss, written clearly in the column, and the calling of the creditor and the folding of the dream that costs everything. I'ma pour the savings into the vision, every calculation, every decision made with the full belief of somebody who's the study of the market and the product and the startup and the cutting of the cost and the porting of the everything toward the possibility that reward would come on when the market shift, and the gift of the timing disappear, and the mining of the revenue impossible, and the full weight of the failure. And the failure, no, the definition of the person, just the position of the learning and the turning of the page to the next chapter. And the after of the failure is the tailor-made foundation of the next creation. I miss it with the loss long enough to count the costs and extract the lesson and the next plan already forming in the morning after the closing of the chapter. Start again from the lesson at the zero. Start again, every failure make a hero of the next attempt, wiser than the first. Start again, the second will to last. Failure teach what success conceals. Start again, know the path reveal every close. Business was a school. Start again, with the knowledge on the tool. With the knowledge on the tool. The second time, different in the way that everything the first time fail become the clay of the reshaping of the strategy and the escaping of the same mistake require the honest and the fire of the ego set aside for the practical, and the pride of the knowing from the failure what the tail of the success require beyond the passion and the bond of the belief, with the relief of the structure and the rupture proof no teaching but the reaching for the dream without the team and the system. Cause I'm a researcher, the reason for the failure and the season of the analysis and the paralysis of the overthinking. Break on the overcome, the sake of the moving and the proving of the lesson learned and the blessing of the mentor found, and the ground of the new attempt more solid than the exempt from the wisdom of the first and the thirst for the better outcome drive. The second alike with the informed and the reformed approach. Me never hide the failure from the next team, and the sum of the transparency about the previous and the serious accounting of the mistake was the away and honest culture of the new enterprise, and the true strength of the second attempt was the spent capital of the lesson freely shared, and the clearly visible foundation of the humbler and the stronger version of the vision. And me find the investor who the professor of the failure was more attractive than the show of the untested, and the basic version of the pitch was the honest one that include the overcome of the previous and the serious consideration of every variable that the first time burst exposed, and the closed door of the failure was the floor plan of the better building. Start again from the lesson of the zero. Start again, every failure make a hero of the next attempt, wiser than the first. Start again, the second built to last. Failure teach what success conceals. Start again, now the path reveal every close. Business was a school. Start again, with the knowledge and the tool. With the knowledge and the tool. Second business. 3 years of the grinding, of the hustle and the zeal, of somebody whose vision clear enough to sacrifice the comfortable for the rough. Road of the building and the watching of the dream take shape, and the love of the creation of the enterprise until the day the numbers tell the lies of the unsustainable and the capable. Accountants sit across and the loss written clearly in the column, and the calling of the creditor and the folding of the dream that costs everything. I me pour the savings into the vision. Every calculation, every decision made with the full belief of somebody who's the study of the market and the product and the startup and the cutting of the cost and the porting of the everything toward the possibility that reward would come on when the market shift and the gift of the timing disappear and the mining of the revenue impossible and the full weight of the failure and the failure. The definition of the person, just the position of the learning and the turning of the page to the next chapter and the after of the failure is the tailor made foundation of the next creation. Now me sit with the loss long enough to count the cost and extract the lesson and the next plan already forming in the morning after the closing of the chapter. Start again from the lesson at the zero. Start again. Every failure make a hero of the next attempt. Next attempt wiser than the first. Start again. The second built to last. Failure teach what success conceal. Start again. Now the path reveal. Every close business was a school. Start again. With the knowledge and the tool. With the knowledge and the tool. The second time, different in the way that everything the first time failed become the clay of the reshaping of the strategy and the escaping of the same mistake require the honest and the fire of the ego sit aside for the practical and the pride of the knowing from the failure what the tailor of the success require beyond the passion and the band of the belief with the relief of the structure and the rupture. Proof no teaching what they reaching for the dream without the team and the system. Cost I'm research every reason for the failure. I'm the season of the analysis and the paralysis of the overthinking break and the overcome the sake of the moving and the proving of the lesson. Learn and the blessing of the mentor found and the ground of the new attempt. More solid than the exempt from the wisdom of the first and the thirst for the better outcome drive. The second alive with the informed and the reformed approach. Me never hide the failure from the next team and the sum of the transparency about the previous and the serious accounting of the mistake was the awake and honest culture of the new enterprise and the true strength of the second attempt was the spent capital of the lesson freely shared and the clearly visible foundation of the younger and the stronger version of the vision. And me find the investor who the professor of the failure was more attractive than the show of the untested and the bested and the bested version of the pitch was the honest one that include the overcome of the previous and the serious consideration of every very one that the first time burst exposed and the closed door of the failure was the flow plan of the better building. Start again from the lesson of the zero. Start again. Every failure make a hero of the next attempt wiser than the first. Start again. The second built to last. Failure teach what success conceals. Start again. Now the path reveal. Every closed business was a school. Start again with the knowledge and the tool. With the knowledge and the tool. Alkaline, the second business, Shenseea, built on the alkaline. The second business, built it from the nothing into something real. Built it from the nothing. Built it from the nothing into something real. 3 years of the grinding of the hustle and the zeal of somebody whose vision clear enough to sacrifice the comfortable for the rough road of the building and the watching of the dream take shape and the love of the creation of the enterprise until the day the numbers tell the lies of the unsustainable and the capable accountant sit across and the loss written clearly in the column and the calling of the creditor and the folding of the dream that costs everything. Built it from the nothing into something real. 3 years of the grinding of the hustle and the zeal of somebody whose vision clear enough the sacrifice, the comfortable for the rough road of the building and the watching of. The dream takes shape and the love of the creation of the enterprise until the day the numbers tell the lies of the unsustainable and the capable accountant sit across and the loss written clearly in the column and the calling of the creditor and the folding of the dream that costs everything. And me pour the savings into the vision, every calculation, every decision made with the full belief of somebody who's the study of the market and the product and the startup and the putting of the cost and the putting of the everything toward the possibility that reward would come when the market shift and the gift of the timing disappear and the mining of the revenue impossible and the full weight that the failure and the failure know the definition of the person, just the position of the learning and the turning of the page to the next chapter and the after of the failure made foundation of the next creation. I miss it with the last long enough to count the cost and extract of the learning and the turning of the page to the next chapter and the after of the failure made foundation of the next creation. I miss it with the last long enough to count the cost and extract the lesson and the next one already forming in the morning after the closing of the chapter. Start again from the lesson at the zero. Start again. Every failure make a hero of the next attempt. Wiser than the first. Start again. The second built to last. Failure teach what success conceal. Start again. No the path reveal. Every closed business was a school. Start again. With the knowledge and the tool. With the knowledge and the tool. The second time different in the way that everything the first time failed become the play of the reshaping of the strategy